We all make mistakes. It's just a fundamental part of being human. But what if I told you the biggest mistake we're all making isn't the error itself, but how we think about it? Today, we're going to break down how to stop just reacting to failure and start truly responding to it. We're going to learn how to turn every single error into a powerful tool for growth. So, does this sound familiar? You mess up, you feel that awful sting of regret, you swear you're going to do better next time, and then, boom, a month later, you find yourself in the exact same situation. Why? Why does this frustrating loop keep happening? Well, the answer might not be what you think. Okay, here is the absolute core of the problem. It isn't the mistake that traps us. It's our initial gut reaction to it. When we feel frustration or we start pointing fingers, our brain just goes into this defensive fight or flight mode. It's trying to protect our ego, right? The problem is, you literally can't be in protection mode and learning mode at the same time. The alternative? A conscious response. It's about shifting from frustration to curiosity, from blame to analysis, and from just ignoring the problem to creating an actual upgrade. And this all leads to the central idea for today. We have to completely reframe what failure even means. It's not a final verdict on who we are. It's not a stop sign. It's the starting line for a much deeper level of understanding. So here's the mindset shift. Let's just abandon this impossible mission to live a perfect, failure-free life. It's never going to happen. The real goal is to get brilliant at handling failure. And how do we do that? We start treating it impersonally, just like a scientist treats a weird result in the lab. It's not a personal failing, it's just pure, valuable data. This whole approach actually has a name. It's called error-based learning. And look, this isn't just about thinking positively or some fluffy self-help mantra. No, it's about putting a real, concrete system in place to break down what went wrong so you can systematically make sure it goes right the next time. It's an active, deliberate process. Think about it this way. A sales call that bombs isn't proof that you're bad at sales. It's data about what that specific client didn't respond to. A burned lasagna isn't proof you're a terrible cook. It's data about your oven temperature and timing. See the difference? The moment you remove the judgment, all that's left is information. It's all just data. Okay, so if that's the mindset, how do we actually put it into practice? Well, it starts by creating your own personal black box. This is how you stop being a victim of your mistakes and you start becoming an architect of your own learning. When a plane has an incident, investigators don't rush to find the black box to figure out who to blame. They look for it to find out exactly what happened, the sequence of events, the technical readings, all of it, so they can prevent that same problem from ever happening again across the entire industry. We need to have that same detached, analytical, forward-looking mindset for our own lives. And here's the system. It's just 4 simple steps. First, you isolate the error. Don't just say, my presentation was a disaster. Get specific. I lost the audience's attention on slide 7. Okay. Step 2, identify the cause. Why? Well, slide 7 was just a wall of dense text with no pictures. All right. Third, extract the lesson. What's the real insight here? Complex ideas need simple, powerful visuals. And finally, step 4, create a new role. Something super simple, like, from now on, for every key data point, I find one powerful image. Done. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a lot of work for one small mistake. But the payoff? Oh, the payoff is immense. When you systematically analyze your errors, you're not just learning anymore. You are fundamentally changing the speed at which you grow. I mean, look at this. Standard learning, where we just kind of stumble forward and hope we get better, it has a certain trajectory. It's a gradual slope. But when you start using error-based learning, you steepen that curve dramatically. You're no longer just hoping for improvement, you are actively engineering it by learning from the most valuable source there is, your own experience. What this does is it creates this incredible positive feedback loop. Each mistake you analyze doesn't just fix one little problem. It installs an upgrade into your personal operating system. It makes you smarter and more effective for every similar situation you'll ever face. That is how you get exponential growth. So, we have the theory, we've got the mindset, and we have the system. How do you put this into practice today? How do we make this real right now? Let's just boil this all down to the key takeaways. Number 1, your emotional reaction is the real obstacle, not the mistake. Number 2, reframe every failure as a simple data point. Number 3, build your own 4-step system. Isolate, identify, extract, and create a rule. And finally, number 4, recognize that doing this is how you directly upgrade your future self and you put your growth into overdrive.
So I'll leave you with this one question. It doesn't have to be some big, life-altering failure. Maybe it's a small frustration from this morning, or a conversation that just went a little sideways. Think about it. Apply the 4 steps. What is the first mistake you are going to turn from a source of frustration into a source of pure data?